Good morning, everybody. Today is December 1st, 2022. Welcome to our East Hampton Village work session. We are at the Baker House in beautiful East Hampton, and we'd like to start off with a pledge. So if you could stand. Dave, if you would lead us.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If I could just ask you all to stand for a moment of silence for Trustee Melendez's father. He passed away suddenly yesterday, and she had to rush down to Puerto Rico to be with her family. So I just want to take a moment to honor her and her family and wish them our best. Okay, thank you. All right, I have a few announcements to make. The Santa Parade will be Saturday, starting at 11 o'clock. There's been a little confusion that, we'll just leave it at that. There's been a little confusion about when it starts, but it is 11 a.m. is the start time. So please join us for that. Santa will be arriving by sleigh, pulled by the reindeer. So rain or shine. And then at 4:30, we have our first, hopefully annual Christmas tree lighting, which will take place at the Hook Mill. And that's at 4:30. And hopefully you can join us for that. That is sponsored by Prada. And I just want to take a moment to thank Prada and Trustee Doyle for getting Prada on board. For years, we've heard a lot of criticism from people that these big chain stores come to our village and they don't really contribute anything back. So this year, Prada has donated $30,000 towards our Christmas trees and our Christmas tree lighting and our other events that are taking place. So we want to thank them for doing that, and thank again Trustee Doyle for getting that done for us. So that's important. Then on the 10th, we have Santa that it will be arriving by helicopter, police helicopter, we should note, in Herrick Park. We did this back in the 90s. This is sponsored by the East Hampton Village PBA and others. So hopefully you can join us for that. That will take place at noon on Saturday the 10th. Dreesen's will be there in the morning giving away free donuts, free hot chocolate. And then Santa will arrive and he will go make his way to the movie theater by police escort. And at 1 o'clock we will have a free movie called The Polar Express. And that is available free for the first 255 people. You also get a beverage and a small popcorn with that. So we hope everybody will take advantage of that and enjoy that entire two-weekend event that we have. Then we have the menorah lighting on the first night of Hanukkah, which will be on December 18th at 3:30 p.m. And then we have the second night of Hanukkah, the second lighting, which will take place on the 19th at Hook Mill at 5 p.m. So hopefully people can come out and take advantage of that. I think that is all I have for announcements. Again, we are at the Baker House here on Main Street in East Hampton. We are using our work sessions to explore our historic locations and learn more about them and let the public know more about them. So I would like our village historian to step up and tell us the history of the building we're in today.
Okay, this is called the Thomas Baker 1650 house. I was not here in 1650. In 1650, Thomas Baker bought the house that was here from Daniel Howe. You could still see remnants of the 18th century house in this building. Thomas Baker was one of the 3 trustees of the town of East Hampton, the first elected representatives of the people. He was also licensed to keep a tavern here. Okay? Also, he was licensed to hold church services. He was paid to hold church services in this building, in this place, on this site, because the church hadn't been built yet. Okay? Now, 2 doors down the street, Elizabeth Howell lived. She was the daughter of Lyon Gardner. In 1657, she died screaming that she was killed by a witch, and she named the witch. Elizabeth Garlick, or Goody Garlick, was a title. Well, when the town trustees, including Thomas Baker, decided to have an inquest about this case, they had to take testimony, and they may have taken testimony right on this spot. For the Goody Garlic witchcraft case could have happened here. A Colonel Samuel Miller lived here. His grandson sold the land where Guildhall was built. It was owned by a Miller. One of his daughters married the minister. One of his daughters married the teacher at Clinton Academy. Now, in 1885, the Papendak family owned this place, and their daughter got married, and they had a mat that went across here all the way to St. Luke's Church. And then the J. Harper Poor family had this place, and that's when this place was put into this Elizabethan style that we have today, because in the early 1900s, there was a move to rename East Hampton Maidstone, because that was the first name of this place. So that's why we have the Maidstone Arms, we have Maidstone Lane, there was a Maidstone Hotel that burned down, they have the Maidstone Club, and then there's Maidstone Park. And all that was begun in the early 1900s. Now the other thing I want to tell you, that the Historical Society has had tours up and down Main Street. And then Loretta and I did a Goody Garlic witchcraft tour. And after those tours, the Baker House opened itself up to us, and we could come here and have cider and cookies after the tour. And the last thing I want to say is, we have wisteria at Home Sweet Home that's over 100 years old. Guess what? The wisteria here is older.
Wow.
And they not only have purple wisteria, they have white wisteria here. And that's all I have.
Thank you very much. You.
Okay. May I leave?
You may leave.
Okay, now be careful, now be careful.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you for doing this.
Thank you. Thank you. So next up is the owner of this beautiful inn, Antonella, and she's going to tell us what goes on here today.
Well, thank you for having, first of all, welcome everybody, and thank you for coming up, Mayor Larson and the whole Board of Trustees, for doing this, because I think it's a fantastic idea that people get a chance to see what happens in all of these old structures that are such an essential part and fabric of East Hampton Village. I've been the owner of this amazing property for 18 years. It's an amazing property, but it gives me a lot of headaches because she's an old lady. So everything that I get, I put back into the property, basically to keep it in its current state. And it's an honor to be congratulated by Mr. King for doing all of this. We basically are a small B&B, very small business. We try to work, buy local, shop local, do everything local. Because I think it's very important that we all support each other. And East Hampton Village is a beautiful and amazing place to live. And I just want to thank you again for making it a lot more pro-business, because the people that live here are not all retired and millionaires and so forth. Many of us are really hardworking people, and we need to be able to make ends meet. I have a large mortgage, a lot of people say, oh, this is a beautiful, magnificent place. She has money. Well, I still need to pay the mortgage every month. So, and the utilities and everything else. I employ about anywhere from 22 to 26 families during the summer. It goes down a little bit to 16 to 18 during the winter, because we are in a seasonal place. We receive guests from all over the world, mostly from the tri-state area, but from all over the US. Incredibly enough, and somehow, I don't know why, Australia. So we have a lot of Australians that come here. And they absolutely love East Hampton Village and the Hamptons, and all of these guests, of course, also give a lot of business to all the local businesses. So it's just a wheel that keeps on turning and giving, I think. So thank you very much again, and if you have any questions, I'm here to answer them.
Great.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much. So if we could do a roll call, June?
Sure. Mayor Larson,
Here?
Deputy Mayor Chris Minardi,
Here.
Trustee Carrie Doyle,
Here.
Trustee Sarah Aminin,
She's absent.
okey-doke. Sandra Melendez is out. Administrator Marco Balladron,
Here.
Village Attorney Lisa Perillo,
Here.
Village Attorney Vincent Messina.
Present.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. So we only have really one item on the work session for today. It's the 2023 seasonal non-resident beach parking passes. We are going to be recommending at our next meeting to raise the price of those beach permits from $500 to $750. Again, we only have 3,100 of them to sell, and I think we sold out in 20 minutes last year, or if I'm wrong, I might be wrong about the 20 minutes, but it was very fast. So we are raising the price of those, but we do have some good news. We are going to have a one-day sale. So let me back up. The $750 non-resident beach permits go on sale February 1st online at 9 a.m. Prior to that, we are going to have a one-day sale in person only at our firehouse, and you'll be able to get one permit per person for $500. This is an opportunity for local year-round families to buy their beach permits at the discounted rate of $500. So that will take place on January 27th at our firehouse on North Main Street from 9 a.m. until 8 p.m. We will be putting some ads in the local paper to remind people and to alert people when this is going to happen, but we will announce it at every one of our meetings moving forward. But again, it's going to be January 27th, which is a Friday, 9 a.m. You'll have to bring in proof of residency that you live in the township, and then you'll be able to buy one permit per person at $500. So this is an opportunity that we thought was important, that would allow people who are living here year-round to take advantage of getting these permits, because if you're not here, you certainly aren't going to be able to buy them because it's in person. So if you are truly a year-round local person, then you will have an opportunity to get these at a discount. So we're glad we could offer this, and we hope everyone takes advantage of it. So that's really all we have.
Yeah.
So the board is in total agreement of this. We're glad we could do it. I just would like to take a minute to thank Dan's Papers for running our full-page ads from the village and the foundation about our events that are coming up, which again is the Santa Parade, Santa flying in by police helicopter, and the menorah lightings. And the other thing I'd like to really point out is the East Hampton Press has created a holiday magazine using the windmill that we did. And again, this was created by our village administrator. This was his idea, and the board agreed with it 100%. And it's really nice because they've taken the opportunity to really promote our windmills like we have. And they just look beautiful, all lit up in different colors for the holidays. And we've even done things when we've had tragedies. We've lit up the windmills in all green, representing someone who had passed away, who was a long-time ambulance person. We had a police officer that passed away, and we lit the windmills up in blue as a tribute to these terrific people who have served our community for so long. So I can't thank the press enough for putting that on the front of their holiday magazine. I think they really appreciate what we've done here in the village. So I think that's all I have, unless the board has anything else?
No. We hope to see everybody this weekend at the tree lighting and the parade.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun time. Hopefully we don't get rained out.
Rain or shine.
The tree lighting is rain or shine?
I think so.
All right, well, Carrie will be there. All right, well, thank you everybody for attending, and we have one more meeting before the holidays, so we'll see you on the 16th. Thank you.
Thank you.